Awareness levels. What are these and how do we use them? Why is it important for you to identify the awareness level of your audience? Now, the awareness level is the degree to which your prospect knows about the problem that they need to solve. Now, the reason why you have to figure out what someone knows is so that you can give the person a message that is well tailored and convincing enough to get them to take action. As Robert Collier said, he says, always enter the conversation already occurring in the prospect's mind. That's how to write great ads and come up with powerful copy. Okay, you must enter the conversation that's in the prospect's mind. Now, um, when you do this, your copy will be stronger. That's your advertising copy. You would also understand how to put up congruent advertising, right? And the final thing is that you will enjoy higher conversion rates. Now, I'll explain all this as we progress through the lesson. But first, I want to differentiate between awareness and sophistication because that's something that confuses people a lot. Now, market sophistication focuses on the competitive landscape and how advanced the available solutions are within the market. So, when you talk about sophistication, you are looking at competitors. You're not just looking at your product and the customer because you don't advertise to customers in a vacuum, right? They are competitors. There are other alternatives that are out there. So when you talk about market sophistication, you're looking at the market as a whole, and you're looking at the market as at your campaign as market, right? Competitor and customers. So you're considering like the entirety of that situation. What kind of products are there? What have they heard about the products? What kind of messages have they received? And things like that. Now, but when you talk about customer awareness, you're focusing on the individual's journey from ignorance to making an informed decision. So it's something else. It's more about the kind of messaging, right? The objective of learning about the awareness levels is so you can tailor your marketing messages to match the customer's level of awareness. That way you can guide them through the buying journey. Okay. But if you say sophistication, you're talking about the strategies that you need to put in place so you can stand out, right? And, there are several ways, to do that. You talk about, you know, bringing up a new mechanism, coming up with, different solutions to try and differentiate yourself, USPs, and things like that, right? Talking about niching down. So the kind of things you talk about when you talk about um, sophistication. But now we are dealing on awareness. And when you understand awareness, you'll be able to write very strong copy that's congruent and you have higher conversion rates. As I'm talking to you, I'm enjoying very high conversion rates on the campaigns that I run because of this simple understanding. It will affect everything from email copies to ad copies to content, whatever you do. As long as you understand the awareness level, you'll be a stronger and more persuasive person in the marketplace. So let's get started with talking about the awareness in full. So, just like the sophistication levels, we have 5 levels of customer awareness. Like I said, awareness is the degree to which your prospect knows about the problem, right, that they need to solve. Is the degree. So someone can be unaware, they can be problem aware, solution aware, product aware, or fully aware. So those are the 5 levels of awareness. So let's begin with the first one. Now, these are people that are unaware, the first level. Now, they usually don't know the problem exists. If the kind of customers in this level don't know the problem exists, they're familiar with the symptoms, but they don't recognize the problem for what it is. Okay, so just like someone said, they are not aware of their desire or their need to solve the problem, right? Or they just won't admit it without your ad leading them to make that decision. Okay, I'm paraphrasing Schwartz there. All right, so they are not aware of their desire, you know, or the need for the solution for that particular solution, but they're kind of familiar with the symptoms. Okay, and that is what the unaware market looks like. The unaware prospect looks like. Okay, so the next level of awareness is the problem aware group. Now, in this level, the customer recognizes that they have a problem or that they have a need, but they are unaware of the available solutions. So the prospect has not just a desire, but a need. He recognizes the need immediately. So I'm also quoting, Swartz here again, right? So this prospect, they don't just have a desire, they now have a need. Like, I need to solve this. This needs to go away. And they recognize it immediately. They're problem aware. They know there's a problem, and that jumps, that jumps off into the next level of awareness, which is solution aware. This person starts looking for solutions, and so they know about the solutions. They are available to their problem, right? But they may not know about your specific product or service. Sartre puts it this way: he says, the prospect either knows or recognizes immediately that he wants what the product does, but he doesn't yet know that there is a product, which is your product, that will do it for him. And we have the fourth level where the person is product aware, right? The customer is aware of your product or service, but hasn't yet considered it as a solution to their problem. Here, according to Schwartz, your prospect is completely aware of all your product does, right? Your prospect, sorry, isn't completely aware of all your product does, or isn't convinced of how well it does it, or hasn't yet been told how much better it does it now. So we're talking about people who are product aware. They know about a product, but they've just not pulled the trigger yet, right? And then when we say fully aware, we're saying that or most aware, the customer knows your product or service, and they understand how it can solve their problem and is considering making a purchase. Now, the customer knows of your product, right? As he knows what it does, he knows he wants it. At this point, he just hasn't gotten around to buying it yet. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but I want to explain something. We're going to focus more when you're coming up with copy and angles for your ads with the first three levels of awareness, because the copy for the fourth and fifth level, they're basically very easy to come up with and just very straight to the point, right? Level 5 is where you have things like retargeting ads and stuff like that. Okay, but I'm not going to go into all that detail. You need to focus on the three. If you're listening to me right now, those are the three levels of awareness that you want to, be targeting in your ads. Okay, so let's look at some examples, and then I'll give you some summary points just to round everything up and give you, a robust idea of what we are going to be doing. So this is the first example. So let's assume we're advertising an app or a program that helps people sleep better. Now, who is someone who is unaware? The unaware prospect is someone who feels fatigued but hasn't considered that their fatigue could be due to poor sleep quality or sleep apnea, right? So this person constantly feels fatigued, tired throughout the day, but they've not, kind of tied it to sleep quality, right? Now, if we're targeting this kind of prospect, what would we say in our ads? We would talk about the symptoms, right? What they're experiencing, so that they can identify and tie it into, you know, poor quality sleep or sleep apnea, right? Now, the second level of awareness, this person knows that they are not sleeping well, and they know they feel tired during the day, but they are not aware of specific solutions like sleep tracking apps or specialized pillows or your program, right? That's the second level. Now, the third level, the person understands that there are products and services like sleep tracking apps and all this kind of stuff we talked about that can help them improve their sleep quality, but they don't know about your specific sleep method yet. Now, the fourth level, the person knows about your specific sleep tracking app or program, but hasn't decided to use it just yet. Now, the fifth level, the person is familiar with your sleep tracking app or program, or the person understands the benefits fully and has considered whether to purchase it or to subscribe, and is considering rather whether to purchase it or subscribe. So you can see that for the fifth level, you're just going to be doing some retargeting. For the fourth level, you're going to be explaining the benefits more to the person, right? You know, also probably through retargeting, right? But explaining the benefits, better to that person. And, the third, you're going to be introducing your solution. And the second, you're going to be, also talking about your solution as well and the benefits and all that. The first, you're going to have to bring that person to the awareness that there's a problem here. Okay, so now that we've considered this first example, let's look at a second example. But the second example and the next one, I'm not going to go through all five. I'm just going to show you one, two, and three, because, like I said, four and five are the easiest kind of places to play. Okay, because these are already very aware people. But we're going to deal more on those who have the least level of awareness. So let's assume you're advertising a meta ads course like this one, right? Now, the first level of awareness is an advertiser who has recently started struggling with getting results from ads, right? This person's creating ads, it's not working, low ROAS, the ads are not, reaching the right people and stuff like that. And the person is just not getting results, right? That's the first level. They are unaware of, the specific problem that's causing the poor results. Now, the second level is an advertiser who has determined that their poor results are due to ineffective ad delivery and low quality traffic. So, although they suspect that Advantage Plus might not be functioning properly, they are unsure how to address the issue. So, they kind of know the problem that, my ads are not getting to the right people, or my ads are not bringing the right people to my website, right? And the third level, those who are solution aware, is, for instance, an advertiser who has discovered new concepts such as, creative targeting, feedback loops, and, laser targeting hacks, but has not taken any courses to learn how to implement them. So these are three different people, and you will talk to each of them in three different ways. What you say to the person who has the first level of awareness is different from what you say to the second person and third person. So you can see that based on the level of awareness that we are targeting, we have to structure our ads and our message to continue the conversation in the mind of that person, of that audience that we are targeting. Okay, let's look at a third example and we'll wrap it up. Now, let's assume you're advertising a marketing automation service. Okay. So, a marketing automation service is the kind of service that helps people make more money from existing business, right? So, a business owner who is struggling to meet up with the cost of running the business, struggling with competition, slim margins, and is suffocating is in the first level. The person's like, oh my God, he's inundated with all the bills and everything is coming at him. I never knew business could be this tough. That person is in the first level of awareness. Things There are many bills eating up our margins and we're just not making enough money. Now, the second level is a business owner who wants to increase revenue without increasing cost. They want to get their current clients to spend more money and they're looking for ways to increase positive cash flow. Okay. Now, that is someone who is at the second level of awareness. They've identified the problem. Okay, well, if we could get people to spend more money with us, then maybe, we'll be able to make more, right? Now, the third level is someone who is solution aware. It's a business owner who already knows that marketing automation can help increase average order value, bolster profits, increase repeat purchases, and double conversion rates. And this person is currently looking for a service provider who can help him. So these are three different, like I say, three different people having three different frame of minds, thinking three different kinds of thoughts, right? And so you want to approach these people with three different messages that appeals to their current level of awareness. All right. Now, I would go further to give you some touch points, right? The first touch point is that you can choose the level of awareness you want to play in. So you cannot choose the sophistication level of your market because that's defined by the market and the competitors in that market and the kind of solutions that they have brought to the market, right? But you can choose the level of awareness that you want to play in, okay? And that is a very big advantage. So, for instance, people who are solution aware are close to buying. All right, they are close to buying. They are- they figured out their solutions in the market, and you know, if you just talk to them about your solution and differentiate it, you can get them to buy. Those are those are the kind of awareness levels that the experts and those with a lot of credibility and skin in the game try to target, right? But you can go back and say, okay, I'm going to target people who are problem aware and I'm going to figure out how to help them solve the solution, right? I'm going to show them my solution. And then you can even go one step backwards, which is to those who are unaware of the problem and get them to recognize the problem. And at the end of the day, get them to buy from you. So those are the levels of awareness, and you can use that. You can choose the one you want to attack, usually the first three. If you want to do the fourth and the fifth, maybe to steal people's customers, that also works, right? There are ways to do that. You have to write the copy in that way, to get the fourth and the fifth. Now, the second thing I want to point out is that you need to use the correct messaging for each level. So if you're targeting people who are not aware, make sure that you are speaking to the symptoms first, because that's the only thing they can recognize. You tie that with the problem, okay? And if you're speaking to people who are aware of the problem, you want to talk about the problem. Just talk about the problem, exaggerate the problem, or agitate the problem. I don't like the word exaggerate, because just show them how serious the problem is and how worse it could get if it doesn't receive attention, and then position your product as a solution. And that's it. And then if you're talking to people who are solution aware, you want to show how your solution is better, how it is different, your unique mechanisms, and things like that. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the one that is very important when you're running ads. It is congruency in the level of awareness from your ads or emails, your traffic sources, to your landing pages. So let's assume you're running a solution aware ads and you're directing them to a landing page that is tailored for an unaware audience. You see how that becomes a problem, because this person will not be interested in what he or she is seeing. Or you're running an ad that talks all about um, that's tailored for someone that's unaware, and then you're sending that traffic to someone who is solution aware or product aware. It's not going to work very well. So you want to make sure that there's congruency in the level of awareness from your ads, emails, straight to your landing pages. Okay, it could be your e-commerce pages, your opt-in pages, VSL pages, long form sales letter pages, and those kind of things. So those are three things I want you to keep at top of your mind while creating your campaigns. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.